We yearn for spiritual awakening, we crave enlightenment. This desire is deeply rooted in our quest for meaning, for a connection to something greater than ourselves. We seek to transcend the mundane, to touch the divine, to find a sense of peace and purpose that eludes us in our daily lives. But what they don't tell you is that this journey isn't always easy. The path to awakening is often fraught with challenges and obstacles. It requires us to step out of our comfort zones, to face the unknown, and to confront the parts of ourselves that we have long ignored or denied. It's not a quick fix. There are no shortcuts on this journey. It is a process that unfolds over time, requiring patience, dedication, and a willingness to endure discomfort. Just as a flower takes time to bloom, so too does our spiritual awakening require time and nurturing. It's a profound transformation that demands courage and resilience. It asks us to dig deep within ourselves, to find the strength to keep going even when the path is steep and the way forward is unclear. It is in these moments of struggle that we discover our true potential. True awakening cracks open our hearts. It makes us vulnerable, exposing our deepest fears and insecurities. But it is through this vulnerability that we find our greatest strength. The lotus flower, which rises from the mud, symbolizes this journey of transformation and growth. It forces us to confront the depths of our being, to look into the mirror of our soul and see ourselves as we truly are, without the masks and illusions we have created. This self-reflection is not always easy, but it is necessary for true growth and healing. This includes the parts we'd rather keep hidden, the shadows that lurk within us, the aspects of our personality that we are ashamed of or afraid to acknowledge. It is only by bringing these shadows into the light that we can begin to heal and integrate them. The parts we try to ignore, the pain, the trauma, the unresolved emotions that we have buried deep within us. These are the parts that hold us back, that keep us from fully embracing our true selves. By facing them head-on, we can begin to release their hold on us. Awakening is not for the faint of heart. It requires a willingness to face the storms of life, to navigate the rocky paths and turbulent waters. It is a journey that tests our limits, but it is also one that brings us closer to our true essence. It's a stripping away of illusions, a shedding of the old layers of our identity that no longer serve us. It is a process of letting go, of releasing the past and embracing the present moment. This can be a painful process, but it is also a liberating one. It's about facing our deepest fears and insecurities, the things that we have been running from, the fears that have been holding us back. By facing them, we can begin to dissolve their power over us and step into a place of greater freedom and authenticity. This process can be painful. It can feel like a dismantling of everything we thought we knew. But it is through this dismantling that we create space for something new to emerge. Just as the rain nourishes the earth, so too does this process nourish our soul. It can feel like a dismantling of everything we thought we knew. The structures and beliefs that we have built our lives upon may crumble, but this is a necessary part of the process. It is through this destruction that we create space for new growth and possibilities. But remember this, growth often comes through discomfort. It is in the moments of challenge and struggle that we find our greatest opportunities for growth. Just as a seedling must push through the soil to reach the light, so too must we push through our own challenges to reach our full potential. We must be willing to face the darkness to step into the light fully. It is only by embracing the full spectrum of our experience, both the light and the dark, that we can truly awaken to our true selves. This journey is not easy, but it is one that is deeply rewarding. The journey is worth it. The rewards of awakening are profound. A deeper sense of peace, a greater connection to ourselves and the world around us, and a more authentic and fulfilling life. It is a journey that transforms us from the inside out, and one that is worth every step. Spiritual awakening asks us to confront our shadows. This journey is not for the faint of heart. It requires courage, resilience, and a willingness to face the parts of ourselves that we often keep hidden. Our shadow self is the part of us that holds our fears, insecurities, and negative emotions. These are the aspects of our personality that we might feel ashamed of or wish to ignore. We often try to hide this part of ourselves. We might bury it deep within, hoping it will never surface. But the shadow self is persistent. It finds ways to manifest in our lives, often in ways we least expect. We might even deny its existence. Denial can be a powerful defense mechanism, but it only serves to delay the inevitable. The more we deny our shadows, the more they control us from the depths of our subconscious. But our shadows hold a powerful truth. They are not just the repository of our negative traits, they also contain our hidden strengths and potential. By confronting our shadows, we unlock these hidden aspects of ourselves. They are a part of who we are. Accepting this truth is the first step towards self-integration. It is about embracing all parts of ourselves, not just the ones we find acceptable. By acknowledging and integrating our shadows, we become whole. This process of integration is a journey towards self-acceptance and self-love. It is about healing the fragmented parts of our psyche. We heal our fragmented selves. This healing is not a one-time event, but a continuous process. It requires patience, compassion, and a deep commitment to personal growth. This process is not easy. It requires brutal honesty. We must be willing to look at the parts of ourselves that we judge, the parts that we deem unworthy or unacceptable. We must be willing to look at the parts of ourselves that we judge, the parts we deem unacceptable. This is where true transformation begins. By shining a light on our shadows, we begin to dissolve their power over us. The parts we deem unacceptable. These are the parts that hold the key to our liberation. By embracing them, we reclaim our power and step into our true potential. Remember, there is no light without darkness. This duality is a fundamental aspect of the human experience. It is through the interplay of light and shadow that we find balance and harmony. We cannot outrun our shadows. They are an integral part of our journey. By facing them, we gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. They are a part of our human experience. Embracing our shadows is about accepting our humanity in its entirety. It is about recognizing that we are complex beings with both light and dark aspects. By embracing them, we find liberation. This liberation is not about escaping our shadows, but about integrating them into our being. It is about finding peace within ourselves and living authentically. Sometimes we experience a period of intense darkness on our spiritual journey. This phase can be deeply unsettling, shaking us to our core. It often feels like an endless night, where the light of hope seems to have vanished completely. This is often called the dark night of the soul. It's a term that has been used for centuries to describe a profound spiritual crisis. During this time, we may feel isolated and disconnected from everything we once held dear. It can feel like a complete loss of faith. Our inner world is thrown into chaos, and we struggle to find meaning in our experiences. The things that once brought us comfort and joy now seem distant and unattainable. Our beliefs crumble around us. We question everything. The foundations of our understanding are shaken, and we are left to navigate through the uncertainty. This period can be incredibly disorienting, as we search for answers that seem just out of reach. This darkness can be terrifying. It feels as though we are standing on the edge of an abyss, with no clear path forward. The fear of the unknown can be overwhelming, and we may feel paralyzed by the weight of our doubts and fears. It can feel like we are falling into an abyss. The descent into this darkness is often accompanied by a sense of free fall, where we have no control over our circumstances. We are forced to confront our deepest fears and insecurities. It's essential to remember that this darkness is not the end. Though it may seem endless, it is a crucial part of our spiritual evolution. This period of intense struggle is a precursor to profound transformation and growth. It is a necessary stage of transformation. Just as a caterpillar must undergo a period of darkness within the chrysalis to become a butterfly, we too must endure this dark night to emerge renewed and transformed. Just like a seed needs to break open to sprout, we must surrender to the darkness to experience true growth. This surrender is not a sign of weakness, but a courageous act of faith in the process of transformation. This is where we shed old patterns. We release limiting beliefs. In the depths of this darkness, we find the strength to let go of what no longer serves us. We cleanse ourselves of past traumas and outdated ways of thinking. We emerge stronger and more resilient. Having faced our darkest fears, we come out the other side with a renewed sense of purpose and clarity. The dark night of the soul is not just a period of suffering, but a powerful catalyst for personal and spiritual growth. As we move through this journey, we learn to trust in the process. We understand that the darkness is temporary, and that it serves a greater purpose in our lives. We become more attuned to our inner wisdom and intuition. We develop new practices that support our growth. Whether it's meditation, journaling, or spending time in nature, these practices help us stay grounded and connected to our true selves. They become our tools for navigating future challenges. Ultimately, the dark night of the soul teaches us the value of resilience and the power of transformation. It reminds us that even in our darkest moments, there is always a glimmer of light waiting to guide us forward. True spiritual awakening isn't about becoming perfect. It's not about eliminating our flaws, it's about embracing the totality of who we are. This includes both our light and our darkness. We often strive for positivity and light. We want to avoid pain and suffering, but darkness holds its own wisdom. It teaches us compassion. It shows us the impermanence of all things. When we embrace our darkness, we develop a deeper understanding of ourselves. We learn to navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience. We become more compassionate towards ourselves and others. Remember, true awakening is about wholeness. It's about accepting all parts of ourselves. Section 5. The illusion of spiritual superiority. As we progress on our spiritual journeys, we may be tempted to compare ourselves to others. We might feel superior because we meditate, practice yoga, or follow a specific spiritual path. But spiritual superiority is an illusion. It's another trap of the ego. True spirituality is not about achievement, it's about connection. It's about love and compassion for all beings. Beware of the ego's need to feel special. Remember, everyone is on their own unique path. We are all spiritual beings having a human experience. Let's approach each other with humility and respect. Section 6. Walking alongside fellow travelers. Spiritual awakening can be isolating. We might feel like we are the only ones who understand what we are going through. This is why it's essential to connect with others on a similar path. Find a community that supports your growth. Share your journey with trusted friends or mentors. Remember, you are not alone. When we share our stories, we realize we are all connected. We are all facing similar challenges. This shared experience creates a sense of belonging. It reminds us that we are all in this together. Section 7. A lifelong transformation. Spiritual awakening is not a destination. It's a lifelong journey of growth and transformation. There is no finish line. There is no final arrival. Be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. There will be ups and downs. There will be times of great clarity and times of deep confusion. Embrace the journey with all its complexities. Each experience, every challenge is an opportunity for growth. Section 8. Expanding our consciousness. When we embrace our darkness, we expand our consciousness. We develop a greater capacity for love, compassion, and understanding. We begin to see the world through a different lens. We realize that we are not separate from one another. We are all interconnected. We are all part of something much greater than ourselves. This expanded consciousness allows us to live more authentically. We show up in the world with greater purpose. We connect with others on a deeper level. Section 9. The interplay of light and darkness. Light cannot exist without darkness. They are two sides of the same coin. They are both essential parts of the whole. Our spiritual journey is about finding balance between these two forces. It's about embracing the totality of who we are. When we can do this, we become beacons of light in the world. We radiate compassion. We inspire others to embark on their own journeys of awakening. Remember, true awakening is a gift. It's a gift that we share with the world.